Well. What do we have here? Seems like Diddy is still in the headlines. Diddy working with Ghislaine Maxwell's lawyer for his 2003 RAPE and trafficking case. Diddy has enlisted Ghislaine Maxwell's attorney, Bobby Sturham, to represent him in a lawsuit from a woman claiming she was RAPED by the disgraced Mogul in 2003 at the age of 17, as reported by legal affairs journalist Megan Knuff. Sternham is former president of the New York Women's Bar Association. She also defended Osama bin Laden's aide, Khalid al-Fawzi, in the 2015 trial for his role in the 1998 bombings of 2 U.S. embassies in Africa that killed 224 people, according to the New York Post. Al-Fawzi was sentenced to prison for life. So this already tells us, we already know, he's dishing out plenty of money for this attorney. In 2022, Maxwell was sentenced to 20 years in prison for recruiting and transporting young girls who were later ABUSED by Jeffrey EpiPen. Her sentence was slightly less than the minimum of 30 years behind bars that prosecutors were seeking. The lawsuit against Diddy, which was filed in December 2023, accuses him and 2 others, including Bad Boy executive Harv Pierre, of a SEX traffic light scheme that involved plying Jane Doe with alcohol and transporting her by private jet to New York City, where she was GANGRAPED. The victim was in 11th grade when the first time she had met Pierre and the third assailant at a lounge in Detroit area. The 2 allegedly convinced her to take a private plane to New Jersey before being driven to Diddy's house recording studio in New York City. The suit claims she became inebriated to the point that she could not possibly have consented to having sex with anyone, much less someone twice her age. Diddy was 34 years old at the time of the alleged incident. Oh my lord. 11th grade, and he traveled with her across state lines. That is an issue, I believe, for, multiple states here. The woman in this case is being represented by Douglas H. Wigdor, the attorney for Cassie, in her RAPE and ABUSE lawsuit against Diddy, which was settled out of court for an undisclosed amount. Now, in other related news, Kristin Cavallari had recently spoken out on her podcast, which if you haven't listened to it, I've listened to a couple episodes and she's great. She made a drive that was 3 hours long go super fast. Anyways, she had spoken out about her experience with Diddy in the past. Apparently he made some moves on her. Kristin Cavallari says she was courted in a major way by Diddy when she was younger, but she blew him off because he wasn't her type and ultimately dodged a fucking bullet. Kristin said Diddy sent her the biggest bouquet of flowers I've ever seen, as well as a large box of chocolates, a massive teddy bear, and boatloads of tequila from his then co-owned brand Ciroc Vodka, or DeLeon Tequila. She went on to say, a slew of delivery men marched into her house to drop off all these presents, and it was like shit you see in a movie. According to Kristin, Diddy told her that he had a TV crush on her and wanted to take her out, but the Laguna Beach star, poo-pooed the idea and finally told him no after he kept hitting on her. Justin asked Kristin if she had any interest at all in Diddy, and she admitted that part of her was wooed by him, spoiling the shit out of her, but she wasn't attracted to him at all. Now looking back, Kristin says she dodged a fucking bullet, and Diddy, a red fucking flag, alluding to his multitude of recent legal issues stemming from allegations of sex assault stretching back decades. Now quickly, I wanted to touch base a little bit with Diddy. There is some sources out there saying that he is planning to spill the beans to his lawyer about certain things to get himself, I don't know how to put it, because I think he's fucked either way, but to make himself not look so bad, I think he might be taking down his good friend Jay-Z. And when it comes to Jay-Z, I will be posting a video very soon regarding some things between him and Beyonce. So stay tuned for that. I'm Leenda, and that's For the Record, Your Honor.